another edition of the Goalpost where we discuss insight analysis and we discuss everything about football. It's an amazing Thursday morning in Lagos City, and I'm not alone. I have the renowned sport analyst that help us in breaking it down. Um, I'm your host, Mayowa, and I have with me Timmy. Timmy, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Hello, good morning. Beautiful day in Lagos. Uh, Good morning to you all. Was a impactful night last night. Uh, Liverpool finally getting the revenge. Uh, is it really a revenge? Well, good morning. Nice to
Yeah, it's always amazing, to discuss with you. Unfortunately, your own team will be playing today in the Europa League. I mean, I think that's the the only thing, that's the only consolation you have at the moment. But in any case, like I always say, they say charity begins from home, so we have to start locally. Um, there's a particular Nigerian player, Sadiq Kumar. He has been struggling for form. And, Sadiq Kumar is sending a clear message to rest of that coach amid struggles. So, what do you, what's your take on that? Remember, he has not been performing very well, even when he's called to play for the national team. He has been struggling with form, and he's coming from a backdrop of injuries, and he has not been able to, you know, to get in shape with Real Sociedad. He's been consistently on the bench, and he's a bit disgruntled over that. So, what's your opinion as regards that?
uh, Sadiq Umar is, I don't know. Maybe he's not a kind of racial player. He doesn't have that flair. So I think you should just go to probably the different. I don't think he's going to get game time. He's only going to go from bad to worse. Injuries didn't help him either. Actions didn't help him either. There was a time he injured and he was not really injured. He left Nigerian camp and went for. I think that was like last time Nigeria called him. So I feel if Nigeria were to be calling him again, at least if he's playing for the national team side, he could have used that to gain more this thing and enter the team of that. But as it stands now, I don't think he's going to break into the team. It will only go from bad to worse. And I see him leaving in January.
Is it that is it more of his perform? Is it more of him not being able to raise his game, or is more of a psychological issue? And the reason why I'm asking that is this. So remember when Luke Shaw had that terrible injury, he lost all his confidence, and Mourinho had to start telling him how to move and how to control ball and the rest of that. And it took the help of psychologists, the Manchester United psychologists, to be able to get him out of that mind frame. The same thing for Rashford too. He came back from that terrible shoulder injury and he lost all confidence. Do you think this is more of a psychological issue and not a performance issue? Because I mean, he was very fantastic before he made the move to Real Sociedad.
That's the problem. Sometimes it is, but in this case, I don't really think it is. I just feel it's more of him not able to raise his game. He's not able to. There are some moves a player will make, and you are not just not you don't fit into that team. So again, so many things are being attached to all these things. Coach preference is being attached. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how fantastically you are playing, if the coach doesn't like you, he doesn't like you. There is certain Eric Ten Hag, even though Rashford is playing the whole rubbish of this life, he will still start Rashford. That is coach preference. If coach likes you, then he's going to use you. So, as I said before, I see him leaving in January. I don't think it's going to be in university that beyond January. I really don't think so.
Okay, so I mean, you are envisaging that if he wants to get football time, he has to leave Real Sociedad, right?
Exactly, he has to leave. French League One. I think it will be perfect in French League One.
Okay, that's fantastic. And this takes me to, Nigerian players have been very fantastic in Europe, especially, the our girls, Edo Queens. They were able to dispatch the South African team,
Yeah.
and they
So,
were able to get to the semi-final of the of the CAF Women Champions League. So I wanted to ask, the Super Falcons are in France right now, and they have a friendly match against the Les Bleus of France. Do you think, and remember, Sato Shola was supposed to be part of the team, however, she couldn't make it. So do you think we have enough quality to be able to overcome the French at home? That's number one. Number two, do you think this is an avenue for the players discovered the Edo Queen girls? Do you think this is an opportunity for them to be able to break into a team? I mean, because I think the essence of friendly matches is to be able to discover new players. I remember we have younger players coming in.
Yeah, the Edo Queens match was something like David versus Goliath, and they were able to put the win in the last minute, and it was amazing. If you see the scenes after the match, really amazing. It's good to be a Nigerian. You'll be happy within. And again, for the Nigerian team in France, I sincerely think the Nigerian team are going to miss Asista Shuala. The key point for us is France. We actually know that the best goalkeeper is around. Um, Chiamaka Nadozie, that the best goalkeeper is around. She plays in France, so they will know that okay, this person is around. But I don't know. It's not giving me. We have a very strong team because of as that Shola that is not going to play. But as you said, it's a friendly match. It's an avenue for young players, the newly discovered players to be integrated into the team and see how they play and how they go.
Well, some of our players are aging, and I mean, Aisha Shola is 31, if I'm correct. There's a particular Onomebi who is over 40. Do you think the Edo Queen girls? Do you think a whole lot of them will have an opportunity in this particular team, owing to the fact that we are too over reliant on our players that play in the US and the rest of that?
Yes, of course. They will. Of course, that's how it starts now. That's how it starts. Before you know it, some of the Edo Queens players they will gain transfer moves abroad. That's how it starts. This is even an avenue for them to get more noticed by an international club because if you can play well, if you're playing well for a club side in your country, and then a team comes around to come and get you, and come on, it's going to be a good plus to their career. So for me, I feel them coming into the national team will really help them. And again, it will help the team also because our team is aging. We need to start in again, and that's it.
Okay, and that's fantastic. Our team is aging, and we need to, bring in the younger bloods for us to be able to succeed. Eh, Another news that's breaking is this. Osimhen has been in scintillating form. Remember, he's going to be part of the Europa League tonight, featuring for Galatasaray, and he has been in very fine form, scoring goals with reckless abandon, and the rest of that. There has been news that Juventus, Juventus are eyeing Victor Osimhen for a surprise move. They are looking at getting him on their books. Do you think it would be a good move for Victor Osimhen to
Um,
leave Juventus, to leave Galatasaray for Juventus? Remember the hurdle he had to pass through, securing a low move to Galatasaray.
he shouldn't go back to Italy. He should just leave it there. Italy is done. He shouldn't go back. I think he should just come to the Premier League. Arsenal needed a striker. Arsenal could get him. United needed a striker too. United could. But for me, I feel the best place for him to play is PSG. PSG needs a striker. They need a striker. So I think he should not go back to Juventus. He's going to regret if he goes back to Juventus. Juventus don't play amazing football. You watch their match, they don't create chances. They don't how is he going to score? How?
But I mean, Juventus, they've been battling with a whole lot of injuries. In their last game, in the Champions League game against Aston Villa, they only had about five players listed on the bench, and those are outfield players. Majority of their players are injured. But Thiago Motta has been able to conjure results, and he has been able to transform the same thing he did for Bologna, getting them to the Champions League before leaving for Juventus. He has, he it has not been a smooth sail for him because of the injury concerns and the rest of that. However, with the little player he has in his disposal, he has been able to work magic. Don't you think a Victor Osimhen will be able to
The
fit
beginning
in
of
into the plan of Thiago Motta, owing to the fact that the strikers in in Juventus, they are not firing on all cylinders.
the beginning of the season, he had all these players around. What were they doing? Were they winning matches? They were drawing matches. The beginning of the season, they were not considering goals. I think they are like the best defense in the league. They are not considering goals. Yes, their defense is good, but this is them creating chance. Do they create chance for strikers to score? Osimhen is a striker. For me, I feel the firepower of Napoli, Inter Milan, and Atlanta at this point is, is too big for Juventus to overpower. If Florentina too is coming, they are playing amazingly well. I just feel Osimhen to just avoid Wala for him life. Just go to the or come to the Premier League. Let people know what you can do. He's a kind of striker. I think if he plays in the Premier League, if he plays in Man U, 20 goals a season
But,
max.
but the question is, there has been this news that Luis Enrique had the opportunity of signing Victor Osimhen, but he never went for Victor Osimhen. PSG is struggling at the moment. Do you think Luis Enrique, actually believed in Victor Osimhen? I mean, if he had the opportunity to sign Osimhen and decide to stick to Gonzalo Ramos
It- it's not about
and Kolo Muani.
for me. It's not about not believing in a player. It's about believing in what you have at that point in time, and what you have is not failing you later. Do you understand?
Hmm.
That's the. It's not about not believing in the player. Nobody. I don't think he will come around and say, "I don't believe in Osimhen." No, no coach. No coach on earth say that because Osimhen is an amazing striker. Everybody knows that. But the point is, just look at Madrid now. They had the opportunity to go get a right back. They had the opportunity to sign a Tony Cruz replacement. But they feel okay. Tchouaméni can do the job. We don't need a right back. We play Lucas Vazquez there when we need. We can play anybody there. But now they're suffering it. So it's not them not believing in a player. It's about them feeling okay. We are okay with what we have. For me, I think PSG will come for him again because now they've seen that Gonzalo Ramos and Kolomani, they are not the striker they feel they will be. So for me, they should go get an Osimhen so that they can play very well.
Okay, that's fantastic. So we move over to Europe now, where a whole lot of things are happening. And I will start out with Tammy Abraham with AC Milan. I think he has been very fantastic with them. Tammy Abraham was very instrumental in AC Milan winning 3-2.
Yeah,
Do you think Milan has the capability to go far, owing to the fact that, it seems Rafael Leao, Tammy Abraham, they are beginning to pick, and the Christian Pulisic too is in the form of his life. They were able to dispatch Bratislava 3-2. They put in the performance. However, they are still leaking goals. Do you think, Abraham can inspire them with this new rediscover form? Do you think can inspire them to get to the very later stage of the Champions League?
and Chukwueze also
Yes, Chukwueze too has been very fantastic.
been fantastic. He has been very, very, very fantastic. For me, I feel um AC Milan, they are when you expect them not to do things, they will do it. And the ones you now expect them to do the ones you expect them to finish, to kill, to you know injure the other team, then they'll come and the match they played 3-2. For me, it shouldn't be 3-2. They should be beating those teams. They should be beating them like 5-1, kind of. That's the gap. The gap in the quality now is so big. It's so wild. So for me, I feel they should be beating them very, very well. But again, Tammy Abraham has been amazing. He has been doing well. It's good that all of them they are picking form together at the same time. Tammy Abraham, Pulisic, Rafael Leao, Samuel Chukwueze, all of them they are playing well at the same time, gelling very well. So it's amazing to watch. They are a good side, but them moving far depends on what happens on the table. Depends on who they play. Depends on. who qualifies. I don't think if they meet a Real Madrid in the latter stages, they will be not that fine. They beat Madrid earlier on, but when the competition will go start, I don't think they will. They'll be able to beat Madrid again. If they meet a Liverpool, they'll be beaten. Obviously, Man City, all these teams they will be beaten. So I don't know. It depends on who they play and how they play. You know, sometimes the part in which they go on is depends.
Okay, that's fantastic. You know, we're talking about Luis Enrique when we're talking about Osimhen the other time. What is the problem with PSG? PSG, they are already out of the playoff places. Number 1 to 8, 16 to 24 are teams that will be the first 24 teams will be the teams that will be competing in the next round. The first 8 automatically gets to the next round, while the remaining 16 teams battle it out. Um, PSG has only had 4 points. They had, you know, a lucky win. I'll call it a lucky win, if not for the mistake of the Girona goalkeeper. They had a lucky win and they drew their game. And the next 3 games, they've been on a losing streak. What is the problem with PSG at the moment? They are on the verge of you know getting dumped out of the Champions League group phase, and also the reason why they brought a Luis Enrique in is because he's a Champions League winner. They want him to replicate that Champions League winning mentality with the PSG side, but that has failed. What do you think is the problem with PSG, owing to the fact that they are not doing well in the Champions League at the moment?
Mbappe,
How do you mean? I mean, they had 6 months to Mbappe gave them 6 month notice before he left.
Mbappe is the problem, and they went ahead to be getting players that are not. That's what I'm saying. If they have an Osimhen, they would have played well. They would have. Now they have to win all their matches. If they don't, if they go and draw one match, it's over.
But do you
They have
think?
all their matches to be able to enter the top 24. They have to win all the remaining matches. I think 3 matches is remaining now or something. They have to win it. If they don't win, then they are out.
Okay,
Like
so do you think? And remember, Usman Dembele got recorded to committing a very terrible foul and getting himself sent off. Do you think the coach miscalculated, or the players are dropping from, or is it that in Europe Luis Enrique is a bit confused?
he's not confused. I just feel sometimes it happens. It happens and they just capitulate and not play well. It happens sometimes. It's not because he's not a good coach. Real Madrid have 6 points above, above them. So it's sometimes it's like that. Man City have 10 points, or I think. So sometimes it's like that when a team like Brest and all these teams are way 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 ahead of them. So sometimes I think this Champions League format is very tricky, and he has exposed a lot of big teams that we feel, oh, it's a big team and all those things. He has exposed them. Before Madrid, we have Maccabi something something in their group, beat this one, beat that one, beat that one. They are like this now. This period, Madrid is already like 12 points. They've qualified. But now, if they are not careful, they are going to dump out as well. So I just feel PSG, if they don't win any other match, bye bye. And sometimes if it's even good, let them go, right, so that they can focus on the league. And when they focus on the league, their next season they can come back and buy good players that can play for them. They will not be doing no do this one, more no do this one.
Okay, that's fantastic. Julian Alvarez is in top form. Atletico Madrid, they are always very fond of playing ultra negative football, defending, and the rest of that. And they went away and they hit their opponent. They scored 6 goals in that particular match. Do you think Diego Simeone is turning things around? And remember, his son too was also in that particular match. His son also played in that particular match, featuring for Atletico Madrid. Do you think Atletico Madrid is on the verge of turning things around with the performance that they put in? I mean, the result surprised me because we know Atletico Madrid, they've been struggling in the Champions League, and their modus operandi is more of defending than attacking. But they changed their play in the game against Sparta, and they were able to get the result. Do you think Diego Simeone is approaching the Champions League differently right now?
I think Atletico Madrid are one team people are not looking at, and they can hurt you. Atletico Madrid can hurt you anyhow. Defensively, they are good. Attacking wise, they are good. Before now, a, an Atletico Madrid team, they are always defending. But this season, it has changed. They are more attacking now. And if you see, I think with the addition of Alvarez, oh my God, they have been amazing. They have been amazing. When he plays, you could see it. And Simeone's son also, that one, when the father is in, he needs an energizer. So yeah, my boy, go on. That one is different from playing for a coach. He's playing now. He's playing for his own family. He's like family. So he wants to kill himself. Over the weekend, I think they won 2-1.
2-1, yes, coming
It
from
was
behind.
coming from behind. It
Yeah.
was immediately he came in. He was running riot. So these are the kind of games I want to see. These are the teams I want to see. That was what I was saying about AC Milan. AC Milan should be winning 5-1, 6-1. The way Atletico Madrid won. That's how to put a statement out. That's how to tell them that okay, hey, I'm around. I'm around to do something.
Okay. That's fantastic. So Man City has been struggling in the Champions League. And before I go to that, do you think this current format of the Champions League, do you think is the best? A whole lot of teams have complained that they get to play more games and just all that. However, now you are playing different teams at different time. You have to figure out a method to play all teams. Do you think this format is way better than the previous format?
The previous format will still remains the goat because that's what we are used to. That's what we grew up looking at and following. We always remain the best. But this format, apart from being that it made them play more matches, this format is amazing. This format is showing the world what is really happening, what we can see, and how we can see it, and what the teams are. All those big teams that hide behind the previous format, now they are being exposed. Madrid being exposed, Man City being exposed, these people being leave the bad injuries and this and this, but this format is exposing teams. This format is exposing teams, and that's the best.
So this format is better and it's exposing a whole lot of things, right? I mean that's good. Um, now let's go to the issue of Man City. Um, what is the problem with Man City? I mean, after that particular game, they were interviewing Guardiola, and he said he wanted to harm himself. He had marks, he had marks on his head, he had a cut on his nose, or he has a palm, a palm printed on his head because of the way he's hitting himself. And in the interview, he said he wanted to harm himself. What do you think is going to? Do you think something is going on psychologically with Pep Guardiola? Because I mean, for a successful coach, because he's going through a bad spell, to make a statement that he wants to harm himself, don't you think that's a very serious psychological issue?
Now, Kolo Menta is psycho. I think he's losing it. He's losing it up there. I think because of the series of bad results, he has tried different things. Rico Lewis play at the midfield. This one, he has tried all sorts of things. But it's happening like this. Man City should return back the Ballon d'Or this too.
So it's the Ballon d'Or course, right?
Exactly. They should return back the Ballon d'Or. Rodri brought this on them. It's not because Rodri is not playing though. No. It's because Rodri stole the Ballon d'Or from the rightful owner. They should return it back. Or else this weekend will be rough for them. Liverpool. Hey, that one, I he
No, no,
got
but
himself.
the thing is, apart from the fact that apart from the statement Guardiola made about harming himself, and he tried to walk that back, saying he's not taking self harm lightly and the rest of that. I think psychologically, he doesn't know how to cope with the defeat. What do you think is wrong with the Man City team? How do you go up 3-0 and in 15 minutes you threw away a three-goal lead. What do you think is the
I,
problem with the Man
even
City team at the moment?
Feyenoord they are a very stupid team. Feyenoord are a very stupid team. That last minute, immediately they scored that last goal. If Feyenoord have pushed more for another one for the next 2 minutes, they would have scored. I don't know why they settled for draw. When the Giant is down, if you can kill him, kill him. Oh, this Feyenoord came back 3-0 down, 1-4-3. It will be there. We will reference it. We will go back to it. Years and years to come, we will still go back to it.
But,
We will,
but
so for me,
yeah, go ahead.
Man City at this point, they are losing it. The coach and the problem is the coach. The problem is the coach.
Okay, in the interview, Guardiola said he needs his player back. When his players are back, he's going to, he's going to. We are going to see a turnaround in that particular team. A Ruben Diaz who has been very instrumental in defense. Remember, even when the players are not playing well, a Ruben Diaz has a way of coordinating the defense. Ruben Diaz is still not fully fit. Yes, he's back in training now. He might probably feature over the weekend, but he's not 100% fit, and that's the reason why he's not being featured in majority of their game. Do you think what Guardiola said as regards his player not being available is a justified reason why he continues to his team continues to play poorly?
That's the reason why they considered 3 goals in 15 minutes because the players are not back. Those are excuses. Those are just excuses to justify his recent failures. Those are excuses. That's why I used to say Guardiola is not the goat. They should stop. They should stop calling him what he's not. He's a fantastic. Yes,
But I mean, well, I don't know about the goat. I don't know people calling him goat. But I mean, the record has been there. He has gone to three leagues and he has dominated in those leagues. I mean, that is he didn't achieve that by fluke. I mean,
give me,
in the last seven
give me,
years, he has won the EPL six times.
give me money, give me money, give me money, and I will also dominate the 3 leagues.
I mean, Chelsea has spent over $1 billion, £1 billion, and they are where they are.
Chelsea spent without brain.
I,
Chelsea
I mean, Manchester United. Hold
no
on.
no
Your team has spent over
no
749 million pounds,
yes.
and they
There
are
is difference.
struggling in 14th. So I mean,
There,
if you are talking
there's,
about money, I mean, he has been able to use the money to good use and get the result.
yes, he has been able to use the money to good use. There's a difference between spending right and spending wisely, spending right. Man City spent rightly, and also the whole 114 charges that was dropped and all those things are involved. There are so many things. There are so many things. Corruption. There's corruption. There's big corruption in football. So I just feel everything is just catching up on Man City. Man City, they were the one that started buying the kind of money they use and buy strikers. Man City were using it to buy defenders.
But that's true. That's true. So do you think that's catching up to them right now, or
All those.
do you
No,
think
no,
teams are beginning
no,
to
no,
figure them
no.
out?
Apart from that now, Guardiola is an amazing coach, tactician. Yes, he's good, but you cannot pin you losing to injuries. That's the area where I don't agree with people. Now, yesterday, Real Madrid lost to Liverpool. I have not seen one person say, Madrid lost because of injury. Nobody said that. But we all know 5 starters are not around. Vini is not around. Rodrigo is not around. Trameni is not around, I think. Cavanja is not around. Militao is not around. That's 5. But Abadi played that right back. Those are things Madrid had to cope with. And they lost 2-0. Nobody has said anything. Last season, Kamavinga was playing centre back for Madrid.
But that's true. That's true.
Kamavinga was playing centre back. Trameni will play centre back pairing for Madrid last season. Nobody was saying injury, but Madrid still tried to win something with it. They won the league, they won the championship with all those things that was happening to them. So now let us raise a case for Ten Hag. because no coach has experienced more injuries than Ten Hag in the Premier League.
That's true.
All centre backs will be injured. He will be using Casemiro as centre back. Nobody said, because he used Casemiro as centre back, that's why they beat Ten Hag. No. Why are we making excuses for this man? Fine, he has been an amazing coach. Out of 7 years, out of seven, he won six Premier League titles. Good. Kudos to him. We love it. Nice. But when he's failing, let us call his spade a spade. Why are we giving him excuses? And when he see that people are giving him excuses, now he's not saying the excuses himself. Give me my players back, you will see the real Man City. So these ones that are playing are from what? Not let's, let's, he's losing it at this point, and that's just it.
Okay, okay, that's good. He's using it at this point. That's it. That is coming from Timmy, who doesn't believe in the excuse in the cock and bull story, like they say that Guardiola is giving. In the history of Champions League, only only two players have been able to hit 100 and above goals in the history of the Champions League. Lewandowski joined them. Um, Lewandowski reached the 100 goal mark in the Champions League. What's your opinion on that in terms of his achievements so far in the Champions League?
Ronaldo is coming. That's just what I have to say. Ronaldo, just know that this guy is coming. And the way Baka is playing, he's still good. At least this season, he can still score like 7 goals more. This
In the Champions League, right?
Champions League, before you
But,
know
but,
it,
but
yes,
Ronaldo has 149. Messi is
yes,
on the 129. Lewandowski is just 101. Do you think he will be
yes,
able to score 48 goals more before he hangs his boot? And remember,
ah,
he's 33 at the moment.
the three at the
Yeah,
moment.
he's turning
So
33 by I think January or February.
problem is this Champions League format will make you score more goals.
Okay. So
This
do you think he's able to score 48 more goals in this
no,
format?
no, I don't know, but this Champions League format will make you score more goals. I don't. I wish. I hope he doesn't. I leave the record for Cristiano. I beg. I hope he doesn't. But if he does, kudos to him. That just says that he's an amazing player. Again, Lewandowski is underrated. I think he should have won the Ballon d'Or. That they have obviously stole away from him. He should have won it, and it's amazing. Kudos to him.
That's good. Arsenal defeating Sporting 5-1. Do you think Sporting are beginning to miss Ruben Amorim? Owing to the fact that before after his exit, that's when they start getting one of the worst results in the Champions League. Do you think Arsenal is back in form? Remember they won their game over the weekend, and they are coming out gun blazing with Saka and the rest of them being in fantastic form and
Now,
dispatching Sporting
the most
5-1.
important is Odegaard. It's amazing how people used to think Saka is the most important, but no, 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 no. When Odegaard came back, you see everything gelled together and they played well. Again, I'm not a fan of saying uh, it's because of one player is not around. That's why I think the coaches they overthink too much sometimes. And Ethan Nwaneri actually slot him in and play the Odegaard role, and Odegaard will not be missed so much. But he decided to be going with Trossard and everything he wants to do. So, but right now, Arsenal are back. Arsenal are playing well. And Sporting, I feel they miss Ruben Amorim. It's not going to be easy for them. All the teams they've beaten in the league, now it's time for them to come back and show Sporting Pepe because which is gone. I feel Ruben Amorim is like a pillar that holds everything together in the club. You could see the way they play. They were not playing the way Sporting. We were Sporting against Man City now.
True.
They practically destroyed City. Again, injuries are not reasons why a team should lose bigly. And I feel the coaching, whatever, should not also be the reason why a team should just, yeah, I just feel it's just a bad day in the office for Sporting.
Oh, okay. Bad day losing 5-1. Well, Timmy said it's a bad day in the office for Sporting losing 5-1. Now let's go to yesterday games. A whole lot of goals were being scored. Um, uh, you know, Benfica coming from behind. scoring, two very late goals to be able to dispatch Monaco. In a particular game, there is a case of penalty being missed. Kylian Mbappe and
And now
Salah missing from the spot. Salah's penalty is even terrible, and Keller showing up again, to be counted and saving their penalty. Do you think Liverpool are beginning to show signs that they might probably be a contender in this Champions League, owing to the fact that they've played 5 games and they've won all the 5 games, and they are currently sitting on top of the 36 team log in the Champions League?
I think Liverpool, and that's what I'm saying. From the point they went to get Jurgen Klopp, they've been making right decisions. Them going to get an slot is the best decision they've been making since getting Klopp.
How do you mean?
See the way they play. There is no time for it will grow on you. He's a new coach. It will they are there. He's just a new coach. They are see the way they are playing. For him to come and match Madrid in the Champions League, Madrid is not even though Madrid is playing with the weakest team in this life. Champions League is still a Champions League, and Madrid will forever be the Champions League king. For him to have played the way they played, Liverpool is a contender. And if Liverpool doesn't win it, let's just say let's wait and see how it goes. If they don't win it, hmm,
So you are thinking probably maybe Liverpool probably take the Champions League because of their performance at the moment.
yes, of course, Liverpool is between Liverpool,
Liverpool
Mad,
and who?
Liverpool, Madrid, Barca.
Madrid. I mean,
uh,
Madrid is currently
uh,
26. They are currently out of the 24th position. What do
Is
you
it
think? What do you think is the problem with Madrid? And remember, they
that
have been
you?
struggling consistently. Mbappe has not been doing so well,
Is
in front of goals and the
is
rest of
a
that. Do you think? I was one of those that said Madrid do not need an Mbappe. They're
yeah,
already complete. Why do they need an Mbappe? Since Mbappe came, they've been trying to, mirror their game to suit him. So do you think the Mbappe effect is what is affecting Madrid's pop? Is what is affecting Madrid in terms of, the poor performance they continue to display, both in the league, they struggle in the league also, and in the Champions League.
they are not now. I now Barca is Barca playing well.
Well, in the league, not at the moment. The last 2 games has been very horrible for them. They only had 1 point in 2 games.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now, you say Madrid are struggling in the league and they are just 4 points behind Barca with 1 game in hand. They win it and they are 1 point. Is that struggling? That's not struggling in the league. I don't think Madrid is
No, but,
struggling.
but, but I'm talking in terms
Let me-
of I'm talking in terms of their performance. I mean, sorry, I'm cutting you. So look at the and the reason I'm asking you this is if you look at how they are playing the Champions League, the games they have won, it is because the teams they faced, they didn't take their chances, and that's the reason why they won those games. Remember their game against Dortmund. Dortmund was 2 goals ahead, and Dortmund lost that 2 goals because they didn't take their chances. The other game they played, I think, against Stuttgart or RB Leipzig. I'm not sure. The team were ahead too, and they came from behind to come and win. Now Vinicius Junior is out, Rodrigo is not playing. A whole lot of their players are missing. Don't you think that is affecting them? That's number two. Mbappe, that they spent a whole lot of money to acquire, has not been delivering in front of goal.
one in the Champions League. Don't write off Madrid. All this one they are doing, na lie, yo. Na lie is a lie. I don't believe. Na lie. The next 3 matches Madrid will win, and when they win, they will qualify. And when they qualify, problem has started. It's a lie. This Madrid team is a lie. I don't believe what they are doing. I don't believe it. I don't believe. I just feel it's just a phase they are going through. They are trying to gel together, trying to play together, they're trying to cope with. It's not really the addition of Mbappe that is the problem now. I feel is the omission of Tony Cruz that is the problem.
Okay, so that means they need somebody that can replace a Tony Cruz, right?
Exactly.
Don't you think that's a problem with their signing? Because I mean, they knew Tony Cruz was not going to continue again, and they
Uh,
didn't make adjustment for him.
no, they bought a Traumeni for Tony Cruz. No, they bought Traumeni for Casemiro's replacement, right?
Yes.
But the way they now play, they don't play a double pivot anymore. Madrid does not play a double pivot anymore. Before it used to be Casemiro would do the working and everything, then Toni Kroos not to the pace of the game. But now it's just a single player there. And now to America cannot do it, cannot do what Toni Kroos does. He can't. They should have go ahead to get someone. But that's what I'm saying. Overthinking of a coach sometimes kills the team. I just hope they qualify. I know they are going to win their last 3 matches. The teams below them are not good at all. So the teams below them cannot overtake them. The
Okay.
only thing that have the power to overtake them from the teams below is just PSG. And PSG is 25th. They are 24th.
No, they are 26th.
No, that
No, 25th. PSG is 26th, right? I think that's the rating.
no, no. Madrid is 24th. PSG,
24th. Okay, PSG 25th. Okay, and that's fantastic. Do you think Alonso has got back his rhythm, owing to the fact that they won their game 5-0? Do you think he has
yes.
gotten back his rhythm? I mean, I saw that particular game, and they were in fantastic form in that particular game.
I think
They were the
that
first team with reckless abandon in that game.
no, their defense is not good enough. Their defense is not good enough. Over the weekend, they won 5-2, first conceding 2 goals. Their defense is not good enough.
Okay. Do you think Dortmund, who were in the Champions League final last season, um, they didn't start the UCL well this season. They had their chance to dispatch Madrid and they couldn't do it. But yesterday they were able to dispatch Dynamo Zagreb 3-0. And there's a particular Senegalese Seko Guirassy
That's it.
who has been in fantastic form. He was on the score sheet. He was on the score sheet last night. Scoring for Dortmund. Do you think Dortmund can still replicate the same feat of last season, owing to
They
the fact
can't.
that they are beginning to bounce back now?
They can't. They can't. Their defense is not good at all. And I think this is like their first match, the first match they win away from home, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
The first match they won away from home. Their away record has been terrible. You see Dortmund away, just run away because they are not it at all. But for me, Dortmund cannot replicate what they did last season. They cannot. They are not the team is not solid enough to replicate what they again, you have a 2-0 lead against Madrid and the guy went back to reset mode and start defending against Madrid.
Well, I mean, I watched that particular game, and it was very strange to me how he approached that particular game. But in any case, I mean, um, now we are talking Europa League now. The Thursday
Uh,
boys, Europa League and Conference League. That is where
that
your team is currently playing. Um,
that
this will be the first game of Ruben Amorim in Europe with Manchester United. I mean, a whole lot of people will say Champions League is the downgrade. Europa League is the downgrade of the Champions League. Where I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they are in Europe and they are doing well in Europe. Even though it's a Thursday game, you still have the bragging right that you are in Europe. Manchester United is playing Bodo Blint of Norway. Do you think Ruben Amorim will be able to get the kind of results he wants? Remember, apart from the win against Pauk, where Ahmad was in scintillating form and was instrumental in that particular win under Ruud van Nistelrooy, Manchester United has not been able to to win games. Under Ten Hag, they only had one win and one draw, and the rest of the games they lost. Do you think Ruben Amorim will be able to turn things around, owing to the fact that this will be his first time, coaching Manchester United in Europe, and also coming from the backdrop of the performance against Ipswich? I mean, everybody would have thought he would have been able to dispatch Ipswich and probably build on that, but he struggled in that particular game. Do you think Manchester United has what it takes, to be able to overcome Bodo Blint?
uh, uh, of course Manchester United have what it takes. Quality wise, there is a big gap between the two teams. But again, right now. United, you don't know what to expect from them. They can come out and play well, and they can come just disgrace everybody like they did against Ipswich. Because I don't know how you score. First 2 minutes you've already scored, and from then it was nothing. The last time it was in the last minute. Ahmad tried doing something again. Last minute of the game, from 2 minutes to last minute. That's crazy. So for me, anything can happen. It's in the Europe. It's not an England team. If it's an England team now, we can know what to expect. But Europe, you don't know. You don't know these teams. They can catch you unawares, surprise you, do something crazy. But of course, I feel United should win. I feel the quality in the teams are too big for United not to win. And again, these are the periods where the players, the managers is putting faith in, comes up and repeat the managers' faith in them. So I just feel United. I feel United will win. I go with United to win, obviously.
Okay.
Didn't you?
Okay, 3-0. United win 3-0. Okay, that's good. Tottenham is playing Roma. Tottenham has been scintillating from dispatching, Man City over the weekend. And, Dominic Solanke, I was one of those that said Dominic Solanke, they shouldn't pay 60 million pounds for Dominic Solanke. However, I think it's beginning to repay that trust that Ange had in him. Um, Roma has been fantastic in the Europa League. Yes, they've been struggling a bit. However, they've been able to turn out result. Do you think where do you think the game will swing? Tottenham, Roma.
Roma have a new coach, but again, I feel Tottenham will win. It's not this kind of matches Tottenham win. Tottenham wins this one, but you'll be surprised the next match against a very small team, then they'll lose. That's how that's how Tottenham is. So, but Tottenham, this one, Tottenham will win. Tottenham will win comfortably. They will win.
Tottenham currently sits seventh on the log, and they have about nine. They have 9 points. They've only lost a game, and Roma is on 20th. They have just 5 points. I mean, if Roma does not win this particular game, it means they are out.
Yeah,
They might be staring at the exit.
they might be saying that the exit. Yeah,
Do, 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 do,
Roma has been.
do, do,
Roma
do,
has been
do you think the coaching situation in Roma has been a contributing factor to how poorly they have been performing in the Europa
maybe
League?
just left. Um, what's his name now? Murillo, because you complain of losing and sack Murillo, then you brought in De Rossi, new manager bounce happens. You guys win, and everything has gone. De Rossi was gone. Another coach came. Another coach is gone, and this one is now here. How many coach are you going to sack before you get it right? So I just Roma. I don't know. They are not. They are not the team of. They are not the Roma of the Roma we used to know. The Vecchio and all those guys. Roma is not in that level anymore. So they should just accept the mid team role they had. Right.
Team status. There's a particular Nigerian, although he said it's not a Nigerian, that is willing to play for Spain. He plays for Porto. His name is Samuel Morodion. He's one of the highest goal scorer in the Europa League this season. They are playing Anderlecht today. Do you think Porto has enough quality to be able to dispatch Anderlecht? And also, just a follow up to that, Lazio is currently sitting on top of the 36, team log, followed by Ajax. Do you think those two teams have the capability to be able to remain on top?
I'm happy for Ajax actually. I'm happy for Ajax with everything they've been through and they are working their way back gradually and gradually and gradually. I'm happy for Ajax. I'm happy for how they are progressing. I'm happy for how they are playing currently. I'm happy. I'm happy for them. It's a good thing that a team that is always big will always be big. A big team will always remain a big team, no matter how you want it to be. So I'm happy for them. Lazio, like the best team. After the qualifying phase, they can now get to the knockout rounds and be playing rubbish. But right now, they are the best team. And
Also, Mourinho is back in Europe again. The ban in the Turkish league does not affect him in Europe, and also Galatasaray, the two Turkish team in the Europa League. They are really competing. They've been churning out results. I think the only The only glitch for Fenerbahce was the draw against Manchester United. They have been dispatching team. I say for Fenerbahce rather was the draw against Manchester United. Galatasaray has been putting in the performance. Do you think Victor Osimhen will be able to perform magic tonight? And do you think the special one would do something special? I mean, Galatasaray is sitting down third, and they also have 10 points.
The in Europe, Mourinho is a beast. No matter how you do it, Mourinho will win. And Mourinho will go far in this Europa, if not winning it. Mourinho takes on any team in this Europa League. Be sure that he can turn out a 1-0 result. That's how he wants. That he can win it. So Mourinho can win it. For me, Osimhen, fantastic. Again, he's going to be fantastic tonight. He will score. That's what he does. So all the big teams in Europe, come and take this guy. Come and take him. He's just it shouldn't Osimhen, a player of Osimhen's caliber should not be playing in the Europa League. Shouldn't.
But also for Fenerbahce, you know, they've been struggling in the Europa League. They've been drawing. They only have 5 points. They played 4 games and they have 5 points. They've not lost a game. They've been drawing, and they've only have one win. Do you think this is going to, and they're sitting down 2021 on the log. Do you think there will be a turnaround for Mourinho going forward in terms of the performance of Fenerbahce? I mean, one of the reasons why they brought him, apart from the fact that they want him to win the league, I mean, if he does well in Europe, that will be an added advantage, and that will also boost his reputation with the Fenerbahce board.
It's a turnaround already for them to draw matches and win just one. It's a turnaround already because come on, Fenerbahce before now they are I don't know they were a team that people are not really taking serious. It was Mourinho that went there that people started noticing. Okay, Fenerbahce might be back. Fenerbahce can do something. So for me, in the Europa League, I've said it. It will look Mourinho is out. It will look as before you know it. Once he qualifies, maybe they should just knock him out from this group phase. If he qualifies, be a problem.
Okay.
Once,
The last one we'll be taking the conference league, which will be where we draw the curtain because of our time. Um, Chelsea is traveling. Chelsea is going away to Germany. They are playing FC Hiding. Do you think the last time they were able to beat Noah 9-0?
Noah,
Do you think we should be expecting the same thing to the fact that Enzo Maresca has been able to turn things around for
Chelsea should not
Chelsea
be
and their result has been excellent so far?
Chelsea should not be playing the Conference League. Chelsea have a team to compete in the Champions League. They are they are just beating everybody in that place. They are killing them. Chelsea should not be playing there. Chelsea is great. This one again, another five. You go collect five.
They
Chelsea
have
should not.
they have 9 points, and they are already they are on the top of the log. They have won all their games. Do you think the Chelsea team, they have the um they have the team to win the Conference League?
Yes, of course. They are the best team there.
So do you feel they have the team to win the Conference League, right?
They don't win it. They should consider their season a failure.
Oh, if they don't win, they should consider the team if they should consider the season a failure. Why?
Yes, they don't win the conference. They are the best team there. Come on, how can you not win the Conference League? If they
Well,
don't win it,
if you are
yeah,
playing Noah FC and the rest of them, I mean,
yeah. YFC, FC, Ham, and all these players, all these teams, and you don't win it, Chelsea. Come on.
okay. Well, that's fantastic again. So, well, we'll be looking forward to a whole lot of games this night. The Europa League is on, the Champions League is on. You have. So, if I'm a bookie now, and this is for those watching us that are bookies, who would you put your money on the list of teams that are playing tonight?
Chelsea to win.
Chelsea to
Fenerbahce,
win.
Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, Lazio to win. Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much. When we're having fun, time is always chasing us. Thank you so much for your insight analysis. And for those watching us, please like, share, subscribe to the channel so that you begin to get and turn on the notification button so that you begin to get notification from us anytime anytime we upload any video. Thank you so much, Timmy, for joining us. It's been amazing, giving us insight. And I hope for your sake, your team wins today.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Maybe they don't put shame.
Thank you so much. Have a
All right,
have a wonderful day.
all right. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.